Take2 TV. Galvanizing, lyrical, soulful, captivating, entertaining. Take2 TV. Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Want to talk about what they want to become? Yes, sir.
I'd like to be a singer.
Oh. No, wait. We're on to something here that I think I can handle. Now, if you want to be a singer, then you take lessons. Have you taken lessons?
Yes, sir. I have taken lessons.
You've taken lessons, and none of your friends know anything about these lessons you've taken.
Garage.
Then you wouldn't be embarrassed to sing for us.
No, not at all.
Go ahead, do your thing right now.
I can tell you how I feel for you and all the things that I could do to show you the love I have is true. There are many words that I could say, some melodies that I'd like to play, and this will show you the love I have is true.
Good evening and welcome to this edition of Take2 TV. I am so excited tonight. I want you to know that right here in the studio for Take2 TV, we have Maurice Lauchner. I mean, we're going to have a good time tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm telling you, the fact that you were kind enough and generous enough to stop in, apart from all the things that you've got going on, to spend this time with me, I just want to say thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. It's a pleasure for me to be here. I'm excited. I can't wait to have this great conversation and encourage some people out there. So it's really a wonderful thing to be here.
Yes, well, I tell you, I count it as an honor because I was reading your bio and I'm thinking, wow, and you said yes. And that's such a great thing because, people that are celebrities or stars, a lot of times people feel like they are not touchable or reachable. And the fact that you would say yes speaks volumes for who you are. And we're going to get to know a little bit more about you within this segment. Now, it's hard to imagine that somebody wouldn't know who you are, especially looking at your face. It's quite recognizable. But in the event that someone doesn't know, give me just a summary of who Maurice Lockett is. Lauchner.
Right.
My mistake.
And
he was going to roll with it. But anyway, you're going to correct me.
I was about to say it. Well, Maurice Lauchner.
I fixed it. Go ahead.
I am a husband, a father, or singer, actor, a minister, just a guy who loves God, loves family, and loves people.
Yes.
And love what I do.
Yes, yes.
So, that pretty much, I'm easygoing. I have a heart for God. I have a heart for my family. I'm just one of those brothers who really concentrate on and envision how I'm going to take care of my house and my family.
Yeah. And that is so powerful. One of the things that keep me up at night is community. And where we are in our community. And how we need to see more examples in our community of strong men that are committed to the things that God has called them to do.
Right.
And I was reading your bio and I saw that you've been married to your wife for 20 years. You got 3 beautiful children.
Yep.
I had the pleasure of meeting your mom. Those are things that speak volumes and really model for people, especially I really think about the Gen X, Gen Y, group of young people coming along to see strong examples of family.
Right.
So I'm just excited about that.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you can share that with us tonight.
Yeah.
So I was reading that all about your vocal talents, and you have worked with some pretty noteworthy individuals.
Yeah.
So is there one particular, talk a little bit about that, and then talk about if there's been one project that has really propelled you to the next level.
I've been singing for a long time. I believe a lot of my vocal abilities, of course, the gift came from God.
Absolutely.
But then I had a grandmother who sings. My mom sings. My father sings a little.
Wow.
And my grandfather is a great whistler. But he tries to sing a little bit.
Okay, but he's carrying the tune, right?
Yeah. But they recognized that very early. You know, I used to be really, really shy, but what they would do is they would have me sing at all of the family functions. I mean, barbecues, any one of their friends passed away, I'm singing at funerals, weddings. They would just call you in, you know, because they recognized the gift.
Yes.
You know, and as I got older, it just, you know, got better. And I started, you know, in high school, went to High School of Music and Art and got classically trained. And then after school, after high school, had some great opportunities happen. But you asked the question about which one do I believe that launched me and really just gave me that hunger. I would say it was the Bill Cosby Show. A lot of people have a lot of stuff to say about Bill Cosby. But right around Black History Month, I thought about him, you know, and people make a lot of mistakes. People make the mistakes over and over. But I thought about it. I said, you know what? I'm going to honor him. I know what the world has said, and I don't agree with anything, you know, that he's being judged for. But I do understand about people making mistakes. And then I do understand how this world will take something like that, a person who's done a lot of good, and make whatever good that they've done look, at the end of the day, be horrible. I mean, he's given a lot of money to colleges and a lot of money to people. And the thing was, what made me think about it, he gave me my biggest opportunity. When I got to sing worldwide, was on the Cosby Show. And for that, you know, I would say that was one of my biggest opportunities. And to work with such a wonderful group of people, Felicia Rashad, Malcolm Jamal, Raven Simone, a host of actors and actresses, the family, you know, and it was like that. It felt like a family. And so I would say that was one of my greatest opportunities that I was given in the business.
You know, that's powerful because, you know, recently there was, the last couple of days, a whole lot going on with Leandria Johnson. And a whole lot of hullabaloo. And, you know, none of us know, we may never know what pushed that button to push her out there to talk about things in the manner in which she did.
Right.
And I think Alexis, you're gonna kill me because I'm gonna mess up your last name, but another famous gospel artist, Spikes, 25 years old, talked about forgiveness from the body of Christ. And, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and tell a lie, I grew up on Bill Cosby, but I was younger. My kids were growing up on Bill Cosby. And, you know, it was a household show. And, you know, and I happen to know, you know, all of the things. I'm very familiar with the donations and, you know, Temple University and even the donations and scholarships and things that have been given through he and his wife's work. And, you know, it's unfortunate, first of all, for things like this to happen. Right, regardless of what it is, because there's always two sides to every story, and somewhere in the middle of it is truth. Right. But the gift of forgiveness is powerful. But it is so sad when we all jump on a bandwagon, the faith community included, and we take some level of pride in committing, assassination to someone's life, their career, etc. So I'm excited that you would give that credit because it's credit due. Yeah. The work was strong. Yeah. But anyway, you have done a lot of acting, and you've been in a lot of other works. What's on the horizon for you? Give us the tea. What's happening?
Well, right now I'm doing a couple of. I'm creating some things, some things that I can't really mention at this time. But this year I've worked with some really, really great producers and writers. Are you guys familiar with Darren Henson? Mm-hmm. Darren Henson and I, he wrote a play called You Can't Raise a Man. Mm-hmm. We performed that in April, and I'm really praying that it goes out on tour because it's a powerful story. Mm-hmm. It shows brothers and men in a whole nother light.
Needed and necessary.
It is definitely necessary. It shows us in a whole nother light. It shows us that we have inward turmoil at times that we hold inside until we kind of just break out at a moment, but it's a group of brothers, and I'm the eldest brother, and so he's my younger brother, and then I have two other brothers, and I'm kind of holding everything together, but meanwhile losing my relationship with my fiance is kind of dwindling away because my allegiance is with my brothers, and then she comes second, but the resolve of the play is just really, really great because you're not looking at men as being cheaters, you're not looking at them as being abusers, you're not looking at them as being no good guys, you know what I mean? You're looking at them with just dealing with the loss of their parents, and trying to hold each other together. And I think that in society now we have so many people that would rather expose you than to guard your legacy, guard your character, even though we do make some silly decisions, but we have to remember we're flawed human beings.
Every one of us.
Every one of us. I believe that it was Jesus that said, "He without sin cast the first stone," and everybody dropped their rocks.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So
right.
If we think about, and I said something to a friend of mine just the other day. I said a lot of times when people want to expose you, is to take the light off of them.
Right.
Yeah,
that's powerful, and I am hopeful that I can have an opportunity to see it. I think it's necessary.
Oh yeah.
I said to someone actually earlier today, we were talking about relationships and the impact of broken relationships on the community, and I said I just want to stop the feud, between the men and the women.
Right.
Because the feud is not healthy for generations.
No.
So that kind of contribution is something that we all need to see. So keep us posted.
Yeah.
And maybe when you can talk a little more about some things, you'll come back.
Well, I mean, I'll just share a couple of things that just happened to me just about a week ago. Are you familiar with Melissa Wade, the Light radio, the Light on 103.9?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, she just featured my single the whole week, and from that, when people were asking whose song is that, people calling in. Now the program director Jerry Smith has now put it into the rotation. So that was a blessing, and because I've been praying about that.
Yeah,
I said people need to hear I Can't Live Without You.
Yes,
that's a message that someone can get up in the day and just kind of meditate on as they go out in the course of their days, that I can't live without you.
That's
so that's one of the things I'm doing. I'm a vocal trainer, and I'm getting ready to do a showcase August 10th in Raleigh, North Carolina at my church. I have the flyer here.
Okay.
I have 5 students that I'm showcasing.
Okay.
It's Caleb Boyd, Latoria Hinton, Paul Hunter, Cello Cavana, and LeVay Stokes. These are the students that I'm going to showcase on August the 10th at Victory Tabernacle Church in Raleigh, North Carolina at 7 p.m.
Hey.
So,
well, we will put that, we'll list that on in the show, and people will have an opportunity to come out. And hopefully on that flyer there's information on how you can get tickets.
You can get tickets, you can make donations if you can't come. So yeah, it is all accessible to you.
Okay, all right. We touched on it a little bit earlier, that you and your wife have been married for 20 years.
22 years.
22 years.
Yeah.
Update your bio.
I am.
22 years. And have 3 beautiful children.
Yes.
And I mentioned earlier that your mom joined us in studio. How do you do all that you've got going on and keep everything balanced, and the family doesn't feel like they're getting the short end of the stick?
Because this, being an artist, being an actor, being a singer, it's work. But home is home. Home is not going to leave you. So when you're not working, when you're not on the road, when you're not on stage, home is going to be there. So that's when my first love begins. You know, and when you learn how to balance that out and not marry, because a lot of people marry into the business and not marry into their family.
Hey.
So they choose because of money or fame or, you know, any of those things, prestige, you know, and that's cool. But it's not cool when you choose against people who you know are going to always be there.
Always have your back.
Because once producers don't want to hire you no more, they leave you alone. They go to the next big dog skin guy. Yeah. But your children are always going to be there for you. Your wife is always going to be there for you.
That's right.
The dog is going to be there for you. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, man. You know, I mentioned to you earlier that a book that I wrote, which is the show is really based off the book, Take2, Steps to Rejoining Your Life. And the mission statement or the message that we get out there is don't stop where it happened. You know, you have been in this music acting thing for quite a while. And, you know, working with artists myself at times, I know that it's not always green grass. Has there ever been a time that you just felt like, you know what, this is enough, or a rough patch in your life that you really, really had to dig deep to keep moving?
yeah, that. I mean, I've been doing this for over 30 years. So there's been a lot of rough patches. There's been quite a few that I can remember. But I said something, as a matter of fact, I said something to one of my friends today, and it was talking about, what was that? It was talking about the warring against you and trying to stop you from achieving. But I said the reason why people try to stop us, and they can't stop us, is because they don't realize that we're living in God's promise. So when God speaks a promise and he says, okay, Maurice, this is where I'm taking you. I've answered your prayer. I've seen your dreams. You've spoken to me about this. Once it came out of his mouth to my ears and then I repeat it, that's where it's powerful. It goes into motion. So it can't return unto him void. And there won't be a void with me. Even though I may go through processing periods or seasons. But just like Jacqueline Carr says, we're in our winning season. And no matter how rough it is, we have to remember that this is our purpose. We're living in a promise.
Give our audience one nugget. That person that may not even be churched, may not know about the power of the Lord, or may just be new to beginning to look at the answer, the true answer. What is one nugget that they can hold on to if they're laying in the bed and don't have strength to get up? They're sitting on the sofa and feel like everything is crashing and burning, what would you give them?
I would say to them, no matter what it looks like, keep believing. Keep believing. No matter what it looks like. I'm telling you, it may take a little time, because there's a time when you are being processed.
Yes.
Because what could be happening for you is so big that you have to be ready. Your character has to be ready.
Yes.
Your heart has to be ready.
Yes.
To really take in what's coming.
That he has for you.
All that, so keep believing. Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Do not give up, because I'm telling you, my song has been out almost 3 years, and it's just hitting the radio station 2.5 years later. And I never gave up.
That's
I always said, it's going to be on the radio. It's going to be on the radio. It's going to be on the radio. So now people calling me hearing the song 2 or 3 times a day.
Wow.
But if I would have given up.
Yes. Keep
Who knows?
going. Keep getting up.
Keep going, no matter what it looks like.
No matter what. Don't stop where it happened.
Exactly. That's good.
So if people want to know more about you, or they want to solicit your professional services, how can they do that?
You can go to my website. It's www.mauricemanlauchner.com. I'm on all of the social medias. I have my page is Maurice Man Lauchner on Facebook. It's Maurice Lauchner on Twitter, and it's Maurice Lauchner on Instagram.
Okay.
So,
can I tell you something? Somebody told me, they said, you don't need Twitter anymore. Nobody's on Twitter. But see, now I can go back with the rebuttal. You're on Twitter.
Yeah, I send all of my promotions to all of the outlets, because you never know who's gonna look.
There you go. You gave me my rebuttal. Thank you for that. And we'll add all of that for our viewers to be able to find you. I am just thrilled to spend time with you this evening. The things that you shared, the nuggets. Seeing your accomplishments, meeting you in person, because I've seen you on all of the shows. What is compelling to me is your humility. Yes, your humility. And of course, I'm gonna give Mama credit for that. That into you.
My mother's not humble. No, but honestly, it's your upbringing.
Yes.
And then it's your experience.
Yes, it is.
You know what I mean? And that's one thing I just really encourage and have been praying for Leandria. I met her once.
Yes.
And sometimes when you are like I said, you're so full of disappointments and hurt.
Yes.
What I heard was a hurt woman who's crying out.
Absolutely.
That's what I heard.
Absolutely.
Did she say everything right? No. Did she, but at that point, a lot of times we get to the point where we don't say everything that way you think I ought to say it. But it's coming out of me. And that's the thing. She's releasing some stuff that could have been like a poison in her.
Yes.
And what we have to do is pray for her healing.
Pray for her healing.
Pray for her healing.
Absolutely.
And
that's one of the things when I saw it, I saw the same, and my prayers go out to her.
Yeah.
Because it's just like a tea kettle, at some point it's going to boil and it's going to start whistling.
Yep.
And, something happened. We may never know what started it, but she is a powerful voice that I don't want us to lose in the community.
Yeah.
And I want her to be encouraged to not stop where it happened.
Exactly.
Right. Well, that's it for this edition of Take2 TV. I hope you have enjoyed it as much as I have. Maurice Lauchner is here in the building. I am thrilled. It's been a phenomenal 30 minutes. Remember, each and every Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on WBND TV, you can see Take2 TV. If you've got Fire Stick, you can find it, Roku TV, Apple TV, WBND.com. TV.com. You can download the app. You can see it on Take2Now.net or YouTube. So you have absolutely no excuse.
No excuse.
not to know what's happening on Take2 TV. Like it and share it and all that stuff, so we can really bring the family together and get more and more people viewing Take2 TV, because we've got phenomenal guests. Thank you for coming. You could be anywhere else, but you chose to be here right now at this time, so thank you.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
Take2 TV. Galvanizing, lyrical, soulful, captivating, entertaining. Take2 TV. Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. 30 minutes of real life, real life, real life. Real life people, real life stories, real life victories. Only on WBNDTV.com, Fire Stick, Roku TV, and Apple TV. Take2 TV.
My protector, you are a shield for